this young man doesn't just represent black America. This young man represents all minorities for this moment right here. What most people don't realize about my race is my race has a hard time getting what's wrong in America. We have a challenge. The great slogan that was spoken at the beginning of this presidential race that got a person elected was, we're going to make America great again. I looked at the crowd, and it was predominantly my race cheering for that statement. And I thought to myself, okay, if I'm going to be a Christian, I need to filter that statement through the lens of other races, not just my own. I was thinking to myself, okay, if I'm a black person, maybe a young black man in America, when was there a season of time in the last 240-something years that America was great for you? In the beginning of our nation, 1700s, we brought a lot of people like this young man from Africa by the millions. But for some reason, this has never been really advertised too much, because my race, we don't want to feel guilty. Then we also have to live with the fact that we also conquered Native Americans as well. Then we went down to South of America and we said, Mexicans, we're going to take some of your land from you as well. What do you think the Hispanic person? What was America great for Hispanic people? When was America great for Native Americans? What about Asians? Was it great when Pearl Harbor happened and we took 120,000 Japanese from their homes in California, put them in camps for 4 years? Was that great? The only people that could honestly say maybe America was great would be me, my race. It was great for us. We had a lot of folks like this young man and other people serving us. And now, over the last few years, some of those people are rising up and they've had enough. And movements are starting and different things are happening in our nation that are saying, hey, we matter too. We aren't the majority, but we matter too. And people like us are getting scared. We're getting fearful. Man, this nation is not like it used to be. Are we filtering that through the eyes of Jesus, or are we filtering that through the eyes of our race? And so what Jesus would do in the middle of all this is he would take a person like this, a young black man and an old white man. We probably don't have a lot of things in common. The way we grew up, the society we live in. I don't get in my car and worry about a cop pulling me over. I don't worry about being treated unjustly in society like you do. I don't grow up with fear. Don't have those concerns, but I have them for you. And I care about you. And we've become a nation where God's no longer ruling over us. And that's why we're so angry at each other. And we're fighting with one another, and we're in division over each other. And I can't see our government healing that. I can't see any president healing that. I can't see any leader healing that in society other than Jesus. And that has to start with us in the church. So, Jesus would take one of the disciples and he would wash their feet. He would pour water over their feet because the feet represented the dirtiest part of their body. Who in their right mind would want to wash somebody else's feet? Yet Jesus did that. And he said, you see how I'm doing this? You see how I'm putting my hands on your feet? What I'm saying by that is I'm trying to get you to see something. You're valuable to me. I'm not superior to you. You are just as valuable as I am. I know society hasn't told you that, and I know circumstances in life haven't told you that, and I know history hasn't told you that, but God says that about you. God accepts you. You're my brother. I'm your brother. More of this needs to happen. And so maybe it starts with us in the church. Maybe it starts with the people that are in this church, that we would just say, you know, regardless of our history together, what if we just started loving each other and serving each other and maybe washing each other's feet? I value you. I care what happens to you. I care what you experience in America. I care about the hurts and the wounds of your past. I care about the history of my race against your race. And I'm sorry. I repent. I didn't do it myself personally, but I take responsibility for my own race. Because Jesus didn't do anything to hurt people, but he took responsibility for them. We need healing in this relationship. We need to be one together instead of you doing your thing and me doing my thing. And so you're a good representation, not just of Black America. You're a good representation of all people that maybe haven't been treated with value, wherever they're from. And I just want you to know that from this point on, my life is about making sure that you understand that you grow up in an America where there are people that value you from another race. I love you, bro. Hold on.